All right, and we are back at the show. My name is Angel Lorenzana, and I got my co-host right here,
Rafa.
And today we have our guest is a local comedian and a very good friend of ours. His name is Morgan Hyman.
Morgan Hyman.
What's up, man?
Nothing.
What's going on, brother?
I just came from the grocery store, and like you know how they give you give their phone number and you get points or whatever. This kid's like United.
Okay.
But the kid's like, oh, Morgan, and I'm like, and he's like, I bet you wish you were Morgan Wallen, and I just looked at him like, motherfucker.
Morgan Wallen? Who's that?
He's a dumbass racist country singer.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Why would he tell you that? That's
because
crazy.
that's his first name. He's like, oh, Morgan. Because I'd be rich and famous because we have the same first name.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I was like, I want to be Morgan Freeman. I want to be a wise old black man.
Nice.
And I want to be God.
Yes, the voice of God. That's awesome. It's got an incredible
I'm working
voice.
on it, man. I'm working on it.
Nice.
But
Definitely.
yeah, how are you guys doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I got my car insured yesterday, and then I got registered today.
That's awesome, dude. You were officially a Texan. You were licensed in Texas.
Well, my car is registered in Texas. I don't have. I just now need to go to the other spot on MLK to get the
you got
driver's license and stuff like that.
Go out by the airport. Yeah, man.
But it feels good to just have that. I think I put the sticker a little too high. Like the
you did. They're gonna realize you're not a real Texan. Like, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, this is the first
California. You put a sticker too high.
Yeah, because
look at this.
Wow.
As soon as
look at your view right there in front of you.
As soon as I put it on, I should have looked at everybody else's first. I put it on and then I looked at everybody else's.
I think
I'm so proud of your sticker. You put it right there.
I don't think you should worry about it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think you should worry about it. The cops are like, look at this guy. No, man. Yeah, no, me and you haven't gotten to hang out that much since we went to Austin for New Year's.
No.
Yeah, I think we hung out last night for a little bit, and then, but yeah, your fucking schedule sucks.
Well, you've been coming out to the Wednesday mics.
Yes, I was unbanned, or maybe I don't know. I think there was some some midnight pardons at on New Year's Eve. Selena was like pardoning people.
Trump.
She's like Biden was doing. Yeah, I was like, all right, I got to get all these last minute pardons.
Wow.
Morgan can come to the open mics again. I think I started coming around Christmas or something, because I remember Durbin was hosting, and he's like, "Oh, it's Christmas, you can go up." But if Selena shows up, I don't know, man. And me and her haven't talked, but I mean, I don't guess we're cool. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to have her on my podcast at some point. Maybe like her and Durbin or
the whole thing right there.
I'd just talk. I don't know if we.
How do you know you want to go
about that?
Deep and shit?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, if it comes up, it comes up. I just like to talk to comedians. That's why. I mean, Chris Heiss said the best part about doing comedy is talking to other comedians.
And I have always agreed with that. I believe the pre-show or the after the show, that's the funnest part sometimes, especially at the open mic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can talk about what went wrong with the show, what went right with it. That fucking guy.
I think most comedians that I met are pretty cool, but open micers are crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah, if you have only performed, if no one has paid you to do comedy, if no one has had enough
and I'm an open mic.
No, I've paid you to do comedy.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have, haven't I?
No.
Dude,
I haven't done a show for you yet, but I'm going to.
You co-hosted.
You're about
pay
to.
you for that.
Oh yeah, you did. You did pay me for comedy.
I know I did. Yeah. I knew I did.
Yeah.
Anytime I ask somebody to do a show, I'm like, if I can pay them, I don't want to go out of my own pocket to pay them. But if it's a show I'm getting paid for, I'm gonna in turn pay everybody and stuff.
So, but that was a good idea for us co-hosting that night, because we had just got back from Austin, and that week to go sign up for Kill Tony at the HEB Center, right?
At the HEB Center in Cedar Park. I was telling somebody
that was your first time, both of your first time going over there, by the way?
To Kill Tony. I mean,
that's never been.
That was my first time ever going to Austin, and my first time signing up for Kill Tony.
How about you?
I've been to Austin a lot. I have,
but you never went to sign for.
No, I've never.
So that was basically both of you first time going there.
First time.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure everybody who's listening knows what Kill Tony is, but it's pretty much like a giant, famous, like a big open mic it's on YouTube, and a bunch of people sign up for it to get the opportunity to get views and notice.
Yeah. I mean, you get a minute of stand up, and then they interview you for 5 minutes. And if you're real entertaining, I mean, you can make a career. Not many people do.
Yeah. Anyways,
but it's so much fucking fun.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. We signed up, and shit got wild. Well,
not because of Kill Tony. I mean,
it didn't get too wild. It's just for us introspectively, it kind of.
Oh, no. For me, from my perspective, that was a wild, fucking awesome weekend that I want to have many more of in my life.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I had a good time.
So,
first of all, you guys drove from here, I assume?
We drove, 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours.
We got an Airbnb in Austin.
What's the near the place?
20 minutes away.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no. And we got a good deal on it. We each had our own room. We each had our own bathroom.
Yeah.
He still saw me naked, though.
He was on DMT. We were both on DMT. I wasn't supposed to see him naked.
Yeah, well, you know.
You already just cut. You just cut through the good part, don't you? That's crazy.
I was just giving. It was foreshadowing. We called that foreshadowing. You did see.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna bang Joe Rogan for some reason.
You know what?
I was ready for sex no matter what.
I was on like 2 or 3 different like weed.
Yeah, no, we don't have an excuse when we go.
Yeah, no, exactly. He was driving. But yeah, no, it was a great weekend. But do you want to talk about Kill Tony at all, or do you just want to?
Okay, so the first night we went. What do we do? Pregame.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I want to talk about the people we met.
Okay,
and RJ, shout out RJ, the real Jesus, Wooster, RJ Wooster from
that was his name,
North Carolina. Fucking great guy. He was probably, I would say, the best friend we made.
Like,
and then there was that dumbass kid from Louisiana. I don't even remember his name. He like got fired from his job. It was crazy.
I remember that. Yeah.
Both of them participated in the Kill Tony.
Both of them signed up. Yeah.
I don't think did we meet anybody that actually got pulled out of the bucket that night?
I talked to several people because I like the only person I knew personally was What the Hector. He got the
okay.
Yeah, What the
That's
Hector.
A cool name. What the cool.
Yeah, Hector. He's doing 2 docs on the 22nd.
I don't think I met him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He lives in Pecos, Texas, but he kind of goes to like Midland, Odessa, San Angelo, comes up to Lubbock, Amarillo.
Maybe I run into him, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he did. He was the first bucket pull on New Year's Eve. Very, very funny guy. Very funny. But yeah, he'll be here in a week. So,
what kind of style comedy can you do?
Okay. So, you want to tell this? Who introed the show on December 31st?
Who introduced?
Bong, bong, bong.
Oh, the Undertaker, right?
The motherfucking.
Oh yeah, he was there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's from Austin. He's from Austin. He's a Texas guy. He comes out and he's like, "All right, Kill Tony." He's like, and if anybody, runs the light or whatever, goes over their time, he's gonna come out and body slam you or whatever.
From the ground and stuff like that.
He just came from backstage.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. So he intros the show, and then Hector comes out. His whole fucking set is about wrestling.
Oh yeah.
He had jokes about the Undertaker.
Yeah.
God.
And they ask him, they're like,
so
Tony,
he fucking killed.
Yes, he slayed. So good. And I saw him afterwards. I was like, dude, we're Facebook friends. And I want to get him out here, but I mean, Curtis, booked him, but I want to get him out here again. But
okay.
Funny guy. Really, really cool. Good interview. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Right. Yeah, there's some other really funny bucket pulls, but that's really the only person I knew that got pulled, I think, and only because we were Facebook friends. Just via.
I'm glad you remember because I was really drunk.
Oh yeah,
I got really
yeah. No,
we bought what? We were drinking tequila and beer.
I bought
before we went in
whiskey or vodka. I think I bought vodka, and then you bought like a 6 or 12 or something, and we were.
But it was pretty cool being in
smoking weed,
because we all signed up, and there was a giant line full of people signing up. I don't know, probably like around
200
people signed up.
Yeah.
And then, so there was this lady she was probably like the main instructor of like all the stuff going on in the background.
Organizer,
so
producers or whatever.
Yeah, so she was going down the line and kind of like yelling at everybody, like being like pretty like being like a bitch about it on purpose though. Like
she needed to be.
Yeah, she called us faggots. She had the whole crowd like
She called us blanks. She called us.
So, but pretty much she was telling us that. Since just because you guys are signing up doesn't mean you guys are not going to watch the show. We're actually going to put you guys in an area where it's a holding area, But if you get pulled, they'll let you know.
Yeah. So we didn't think we were going to be watching the show.
No. And then, so eventually, when the show starts and they put us up, we're all going in the building, like checking the wristbands or whatever. And then I remember when I went in, they were like, "Okay, just go up those stairs right there, and that's where you guys are gonna be." And I was like, "Okay." And I went up there, and then we were in the stadium.
Yeah, we're stage left.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't get a great view, I think, but we still got to watch the whole show.
No, that's nice.
We were seeing like the side view, kind of a little bit more to the right, but you could see the stage.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
it was cool. Yeah, they had a live band. Marcus King. I don't know. I know. I don't. You didn't know Marcus King, right? He's like a famous blues guitarist. I actually just saw him play like back in January or in December here in Lubbock, and then he was on stage with the band playing with them. But yeah, it was great. It's a big fucking show. Like
so it's not the same band all the time.
They'll bring in guest musicians. Okay. It's the same band, but then they'll bring in like a guest, especially for like special occasions. But yeah man. So first night was great.
Yeah, first night. I think we just went to the show and we just went home and just.
So that was the first day. That was
it was a 2-night event. Yeah,
that night was just kind of just normal. Like we went, got fucked up.
Then you guys went home, had dinner before, went to a nice restaurant.
To In-N-Out the first night.
In-N-Out?
Yeah, we went to In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yeah, dude. But you know what's funny? Because it was that when we picked up your friend the first night?
Yeah. So my friend Molly,
because we went to In-N-Out twice.
Yeah, we did go to In-N-Out.
I didn't eat the first time.
Yeah, I ate there before and after.
Because
I'm sorry, but
let me explain. Because it was because I could have ate. Like I love In-N-Out and I could have ate, and I haven't had it in a long time. But I was like, I was like, you know what? But I want to watch the show and let myself build up a lot of hunger and really enjoy it afterwards.
Yeah, it's because like he's like edgy.
I am like
In-N-Out yourself before.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then I sat with them and watched them eat In-N-Out in front of me. And
that's so.
I got my burger.
We had just came from the liquor.
Yeah, no, he was
the bottle shop.
He was riding high,
and I had like a drink of like vodka already, and
I respect the decision.
Looking at someone else eating a hamburger, or you just looking. Hell no.
At first, I told them like I was just they could just eat it, and I was like, I'm not gonna wait outside by myself while they eat. Like,
okay.
You know? Yeah. Anyways,
it's funny because both him and Molly are both from California and then live in Texas now. So I'm like, I'm eating In-N-Out with 2 Californians in Texas. It was pretty cool.
And a lot of people say that it tastes different here, but to me, it tasted exactly like how it does in California. And then
I tried it in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona, and also in New Mexico, and I want to say Alamo Gordo or Las Cruces, somewhere around there. Yeah. And it tasted real good. It tasted the same thing.
Yeah.
The same thing with Jack in the Box. I'm like, I haven't had a Jack in the Box in a while, so I had to.
Yeah. I love fast food. My love of fast food has remained, even though I've lost the weight. I still very much love that shit.
Just eat half of it, bro.
I do. You know.
So anyway, that happened the first night, and then you guys went back to the
That's not the night I seen them naked. It was the night after that.
Okay, no, but
we didn't do no drugs that night.
We just
went home and.
Well, now that I think about it, like we should have went to 6th Street and like checked it out. I don't know why we didn't.
I don't know, man. I'm honestly kind of old for that shit. I don't like hit on young like women.
But we still could have just like
went check out the bars, the music.
Next time, let's do that.
But we did the second night.
Me and him are pretty both chill dudes. Like I just wanted to go home and smoke weed and watch TV. We were watching Red Bar. Fucking Red Bar's watching. We watch him, he watches us.
But did we take shrooms at first? No,
we didn't take any shrooms the whole trip. Yeah, so I brought some, but we didn't take any.
So that's pretty much the first night.
We did get pulled over on the way there.
Oh yeah, we got pulled over.
Tell me about it.
It was, dude, I was only going
speeding.
Yeah, I was going like 6 miles over the speed limit, and I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, State Trooper, little town. I've got weed and mushrooms in the car. You know,
oh my god,
I had never seen little towns like that before. So in Texas,
yeah. You know,
that's pretty cool.
Everywhere you go in Texas,
you drive to like right on the other side of like Brownwood or Coleman or something like that. But this state trooper is probably younger than me or Angel. This guy's probably just late 20s, like maybe Tanner's age. State trooper, and he's like, "Yes, sir." And Angel's like, "We're on our way to a comedy show." And he's like, "Are y'all on the show?" And it was just kind of a weird thing. And like he like, do we want to explain to him what this is? And I don't know. And so I just did all the talking. I gave him my insurance, and he's like, "You ever got a speeding ticket?" I'm like, "Not in a long time." He's like, "I'm going to run this." And he came back, and he's like, "Let me go with a warning." I'm like, "It's good being white. It's good being white, isn't it, man?" Because if you had been alone, you with us here.
That's probably the reason why you got pulled over.
Probably, yeah. He's like, "What the Mexican? What the?" Good thing you weren't driving, because he saw California, dude. Bam.
Yeah. It feels different. I don't know.
Paste you black, sprinkle some crack on you.
I like this sprinkling. Officially someplace.
I just drove for the first time with Texas plates on the way here.
Oh shit!
And it felt different, man.
It felt different.
I even drove faster.
They're like,
because my car's registered and I haven't.
Oh yeah. You're just driving drunk now. It's like okay, it's tequila.
I haven't drank in 4 days actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, good for you, man.
I'm trying to stop, but I have smoked. But yeah.
Hey, so, weed isn't a drug; it's medicinal.
So the first night, no incidents. You guys went home, chill, and that was it.
Chill. The second day was
what happened the second day?
Well, okay, so I will say, and my friend Molly, I love her a little bit. She did get on our nerves a little bit because she has to take her time doing stuff. You know, she's a comic. We're all weirdos. You know, she's had some brain injury. She was in like the military, so I don't think she like realizes how long it takes to do stuff. And Angel's like, your friend's taking a long time. I'm like, I know, dude. You don't have to tell me that. I know.
So I was opposed to going in and out the first time, anyways.
Yeah.
So, right.
But we didn't have to pay. Yes.
Hold on. Because like what I wanted to stay on the site, so we know. So we're just hanging out because it's a big event. I was like, come on, where are we gonna go to eat? Like, might as well go get something real quick and bring it back. I don't want to go to In-N-Out and sit down. Okay, so
luckily there was an In-N-Out right next door to the fucking state.
So I was opposed to going to In-N-Out, and we went anyways. I was like, okay, that's fine. It's gonna be quick. We're gonna go to In-N-Out, get some booze, and go back. But she wanted to go to HEB to get her leg bandaged or something like that.
Yeah, well, she had these
and I was like,
and they were falling down, and she's like, "No, I need to get tape because in case I get on the show, I want to look good." And she needed something else. I think like she was having a headache or some allergies or something.
But that was first thing in the morning, kind of like.
No, this was like in the afternoon. We had signed up, and there was a 2-hour window from the sign up.
Breakfast over here. What happened in the morning of the second day? That's what I'm trying to
The second day, we haven't even gotten to the second day. This is still the first day.
Yeah, we kind of backtracked a bit. So pretty much.
So Molly, my friend Molly was with us. So it's me, Angel, Molly.
Yeah. We signed up, and then there was a waiting period. So I wanted to stay on site and just to hang out too, see if we see like famous people coming in and out or whatever. And then they wanted to go in and out, and then I was opposed to that, but I was like, okay, it can't be that long. And then she wanted to go to HEB to get her leg bandaged or something. And then was there something else that she needed to do? And at this point, I let them go in HEB by themselves, and I'm like in the car.
I think we were quick. I was very. Oh, she needed some. She wanted to write her jokes on her hand, and she wanted to get like a red marker or something so it would look like a tattoo in case she gets pulled or something. I'm like, that's smart. That's smart because it doesn't look like handwriting if it's in red or something.
Okay.
So so it was a big long thing. We ended up going to HEB in and out, and then
for me, if she wanted to do something after HEB, if she had some other
Angel would be like, no.
I would have been like, fuck this. Just draw me off.
Just draw me off.
I'm out.
So we ended up getting back, but because she was with us, we didn't have to pay to park because she got a little. She's very pretty. Molly's very pretty. She flirted with them a little bit. She's like, my car's right there. Are you sure we have to pay to park?
She got us in though.
Yeah, and the guy's like, no, it's cool. We go in, and we were like, hey, she saved us $20, and we got in on time. We were cool.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
Yeah, there was that one dude who was a dick to you. I think that like.
Oh, I don't know if this was the first night or the second night.
That was the first night.
Because you get the whole section for the comics. You would lose your spot if you get up to go to the restroom
or to get a beer. Seating.
You're people want to get a better view of the stage. Yeah. So if you had kind of have a, because there was the whole comic section. If you want to get a good view of the stage, you got to be all the way to the left. And if you get up to go to the restroom or get a beer or something, somebody will take your seat. Yeah. So that happened to me, and I couldn't find no seats at the moment, and I sat down because we were way at the top. The dark. You can't even see us.
Me and Molly stayed together because she like wanted to.
And then I sat down on the steps, like on the concrete steps between the bleachers, and I was just chilling right there. And this one dude was trying to give me trouble, saying like, "Why are you sitting right there?" And like he even like tapped me, and like I'm not that people don't like I don't let people touch me, like especially strangers. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Hey, bro, don't touch me."
Are you sure, bro?
So and then I told him like, "Who are you to be telling me like not to be like you don't even work here and you're the only one bitching?" And we're like, "What the fuck?"
We encountered that both nights.
We did.
Oh, I did. The second night there was this dude who was a dick to us, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll tell.
Yeah, but anyways, like, and I just told, and so eventually I got up and like. But I was talking shit like as I got up because I was getting tired of him, and I think his friend were kind of like telling me to find a seat, and I was like, whatever, then guys.
Comics are weird. These like there were a lot of fucking weirdos in that group with us, weren't there?
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
That, especially that was a Kill Tony in Austin. A Kill Tony group of people signing up. Yeah,
everybody was from other places too. Like we met this dude from Toronto, Canada. We met RJ from North Carolina. This father and son that were from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. The kid is a huge Gillis fan. He was like a 17-year-old kid that wanted to sign. No, he was 21 because he just turned 21. Yeah, it was crazy.
You got good memory, bro. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I'm good with people. I've got a good, yeah.
So
I can't remember their fucking names.
Second day, right? Just anything.
Second day, I think we got
where did we go for breakfast?
I just made breakfast.
Oh, you made something, but then didn't we go?
Yeah, we went to the food trucks because those bees wouldn't fucking leave you alone.
Oh, I got attacked by bees. I was like running around.
He was eating pad thai, and there was just bees like fucking getting him because he had like this sweet pad thai with like I had like a taco or something and ate it real quick.
That was at the lunch.
Yeah, it was like a food trucks
in Austin.
Okay. Yeah, we went to this like
not at the HEB Center.
Yeah, we went to this rock and roll shop. Where else did we go? We talked about doing barbecue, but it was like the line was too fucking long. So yeah,
what was everything we ate? Was it just that food truck? In-N-Out?
In-N-Out.
Oh, Jack in the Box, dude. I had not had Jack in the Box either in a long time.
I think that's about it. Yeah, I don't think just In-N-Out because I like with my surgery I can't eat that much. Like I used to be a motherfucking fat ass when I would go on vacation. I'd be like I'm gonna have 2 lunches and 2 dinners. I go to like 2 different places.
That's definitely me, bro.
Yeah, no, but there's just not as much room anymore. But we had some good food.
Yeah. Same deal. I think we both had our bottles from the first day. I think I had my bottle.
I can't drink all.
You had your vodka bottle. We went with the same what do you say pregame package.
You bought some beers, and then there was this. When we were hanging out, it was this one dude's birthday, and you're like, hey, let's give this guy a beer and stuff. It was cool. We were just chilling with the other comics, smoking and stuff.
Yeah,
it was a cool hang before because you see like, okay, this guy's weird, but some of the people were real chill. And but yeah, second night, Molly, my friend Molly, she had a walker because she messed her legs up. Like she's a lot of military injuries and stuff she's got. So she's only like
I haven't met her then.
No. Me and her were on the festival together. That festival me and Selena were on back in last year. So that's when I met Molly.
Is that the West Texas?
The Wild West.
That was funny. Robert didn't like that. At first you were like, yeah, she's really pretty, and you're like, she's in a wheelchair. He's like, what the fuck?
She was just a walker, but no, it was just because. But here's the thing, Molly's smart as fuck because they let her sit in the handicap section right stage side, and guess who got to sit with her? She's like, well, this is my friend. And then our friend RJ, he had a friend who's like legit in a wheelchair, like an electric wheelchair. So RJ, this tall friend, Jesus looking guy that we had met the night before, and his friend and me and Molly all got to sit together right stage side. I felt bad that Angel was like up here, like in the bleachers.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, there he is.
But towards the end of the night, when they were closing it out, I just snuck in and I went to stand with them.
Yeah,
like,
and you will tell you in a minute who you met back there. But we'll tell.
I met Casey Rocket. I didn't meet him. I kind of just like
met Casey Rocket.
Yeah, I kind of like more like gangbanged on him. I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up, fool?
Hey, Casey. He came on Casey Rocket. He fucks Casey Rocket.
No, gangbanging is like.
I know. Okay. I'm just like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I kind of just like, I didn't like. I'm not a big fan of him, but I seen him.
He's very funny.
So I kind of just messed with him. I was like, what's up, fool? What's going on? Kind of like as if I'm gonna like, yeah.
You know who was on the show both nights, and he came out and did about 5 minutes of stand up that wasn't very funny. Andrew Dice Clay, both nights.
He wasn't that good.
His new material was not. It was like you could tell the idea behind the bit was funny. He was not funny. It was kind of cringy. Somebody else was telling me they watched it and they're like, dude, it was bad.
Yeah,
his stand up was bad. I forget who it was. So somebody was telling me that the other day. But yeah. Who else was? Harlan Williams was on the first show. It was
the first night we didn't tell you who the panel was.
Yeah,
it was Harlan Williams, Joe Rogan, and
Adam Ray.
Adam Ray playing Joe Biden.
Yeah, he was dressed as Joe Biden.
Yeah,
you mentioned that one.
Yeah, and then the second night they weren't as famous.
It was Joe DeRosa and James McCann. Yeah,
but same deal.
The first night is it a Friday night or Saturday night?
It was neither. It was a Monday night and then a Tuesday night. It was New Year's Eve, the 30th, December 30th, and December 31st. And that was a Monday and Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
I thought we on the weekend kind of a thing.
Well, it was on New Year. It's meant to be on New Year's Eve. So
they made it a 2-night event. Sold shitloads of tickets. I mean, I think they were both sold out. 8,000 seats. 8,000 if either of us had gotten, and I'm glad I didn't get pulled, because I think I would have shit my pants or something. Because there were people that clearly were not ready for that. Like, they lost their composure entirely.
Wow, that bad?
Yeah, a couple people like kind of not only just bombed, they kind of stumbled or like.
Well, this one kid the second night, he looks at Tony and he's like, "What do I do?" And Tony's like, "Talk to them. Don't talk to me. Talk to them." It's like, and I've been doing this like almost 3 years, and my butthole gets a little tight.
What's the biggest crowd you have ever performed with? How many people?
Stand up.
8,000.
Stand up.
That's a lot of people.
Maybe 60 or 70. Now, just speaking in front of a crowd, 150 probably. But that's like the Alamo Draft House kind of thing.
No,
125,
that's different.
I'll tell jokes, but it's very, rehearsed and stuff, and I have notes. But yeah, probably 65, 70, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. No, but I mean, performing in front of 8,000 people,
8,000, yeah.
That's got to have an effect on you. Like,
is this heater just blowing my hair this whole time?
I mean, you can feel it, but you can't see it.
Sorry.
You're good.
I didn't realize. I feel just all puffy.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, no, that was fun. The first night was really, really cool. I can't remember if there were any other surprises. I mean, they brought out Andrew Dice Clay. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And okay, so after Kill Tony, the second night, where did we go? We went to this
Internet
club.
The second night.
Yeah, we went to
right.
Which club?
We went to the Creek in the Cave.
Yeah, it's called
the Creek in the Cave.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a comedy club that used to be in New York City, but during COVID it moved to Austin because Texas was more open and letting people.
Gotcha.
So they do like all kinds of comedy there, like stand up improv. Somebody was doing a show there. Some comic I know was Are You Garbage is doing a show coming up there, like a live podcast. So it was really cool. But there was like a show going on, but it was free.
Yeah,
we didn't have to pay to get in, and we just hung out. They let us found a parking spot on 6th Street, right in front of the club.
Yeah.
And we're just like standing on the street, drinking, smoking weed. Like it was New Year's Eve. No one gave a shit.
Yeah, of course.
It is Austin. There's hardly any cops there. So, a lot of crazy, there's some homeless people. There's people partying. Like there was people standing in line for something. And I asked them what it was. And they're like, couldn't tell me. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, we went in the Creek in the Cave and saw a bunch of people.
We did the countdown there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
they did a countdown.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
because when we showed up, I think there was already a comedy show going on, right?
There was a comedy show going on, but it was like not stand up. It was like kind of a weird improv.
Yeah. Some girl came out of like a very big vagina.
Yeah, they had a gigantic vagina made out of like paper mache, and then there was like a girl dressed as a baby that crawls out. She's like, "When?" She's like, "2025, I'm the new year." That kind of thing. New year baby.
And then after that, that's when we went to the back of the.
Yeah, there's an outdoor kind of fenced in area in the back, and they had a rave. But I will preface this by saying I saw every comic I know in Austin, in and around Austin, that lives in and around the Austin area. Every comic I know that either the first night or the second night, except for Ben Bondurant. And so, except for Bondo, I saw the first night, saw Eric Gallegos, hung out with him for a little bit. He's the one who told us that we would get to sit inside. Okay. My friend, the guy with the long ponytail. Second night, saw Jake Baker, Clemente Villegas, this comic named Matt. I can't think of Matt's last name. He's from Denver. He lives in Austin now. He's come to Lubbock and done a couple shows at Bar PM and at Jake's. Real funny guy. And he's the one who offered Angel and I DMT. Mm-hmm. I'll let you take over.
And I didn't want to smoke the D. Well, yeah, at first I kind of. How do I say this? The guy looked
curious about it.
He looked a little bit sketchy to me. The guy, the guy looked a little bit sketchy.
If I'd have never met Matt before, I would have not smoked DMT with him. But I've met him twice.
That's good enough.
He's not from Denver. He's from Colorado Springs. He's from Bohemian Boys Comedy. Shout out Matt. But he was hanging out with some other guys that we met, and he's like, dude, do you have weed? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, so we mix the DMT with weed. And DMT, for those that don't know, it stands for dimethyltryptamine. It is a chemical that your brain makes naturally, but they can synthesize it, and the effects only last about 10 to 15 minutes. But people say, when you do take a full dose, you'll see God, you'll talk to aliens, that kind of shit.
And don't they say it seems a lot longer than like
it 10 minutes? Yeah, time dilation. You'll have what an out of body experience kind of. What is the thing? The self dissociate. You'll dissociate real bad.
What does that mean?
Like you won't know who you are. You will
Get
just
the fuck
or
out.
it looks like you don't know what's going on.
It doesn't matter.
Does that also?
It doesn't. It's not scary.
Okay,
Does that also mean it seems like you don't know what's going on?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
But so the way you're supposed to do a DMT, from what I've been told, because Sandwich and Tommy know a lot about it as well. They've never done it before, but
we had Sandwich here last week.
Oh yeah, Sandwich has been my pot too. Him and Tommy are kind of like I feel like they're like Abbott and Costello. You sort of need
Tommy
both
Fiend?
of them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Tommy Fiend. Yeah, they're partners, and because Sandwich, like he's not a real talkative guy. Like he talked, but it was just like we only did like a 45-minute episode, and I feel like I talked way more than him, but he's like, next time let's have Tommy on too. I'm like, cool. Yeah. But so yeah, DMT.
Okay, so the way he did it, he put the weed in and then they put the DMT on. But aren't you supposed to?
What does it look like to begin with?
It's just like white powder, not like cocaine. It's sort of like an off-white
powder.
Powder. Yeah. And I looked it up.
But is it really fine, like talcum?
No, not really. Not that fine. Kind of clumpy. Kind of clumpy.
Okay.
So he put weed in the bowl, then DMT, and then he put more weed on top. He's like, we call this a sandwich because you put it. Yeah. So.
But we passed it around though.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pass it around.
You're supposed to get like a little bit and take the whole thing, and then for like each person.
Yeah. So yeah, you're supposed to clear the bowl yourself.
So we passed it around, and I took like some pretty big hits of it, and I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah. I felt it a lot, but in fairness, you have a higher tolerance, and you've done.
I've never tried DMT before.
Well, just to drugs in general, right? I mean,
I don't think that would matter. No,
okay.
I think I
maybe it's because I took the first hit and I got the biggest hit of it, or
you got
something.
the best part of it.
Could be. But he said, don't stand up or talk to anybody or do anything for about 5 to 10 minutes. You'll dissociate. It should be weird. Just
so hold on real quick. I was like, because I took the first couple of hits. After I took my first couple of hits and waited for like 5 minutes, I didn't feel nothing, and I told Morgan, I was like, I'm good. You guys could like go. Hey, guys, just because what's funny too, like the setting of us smoking DMT. Aren't you supposed to be like in a? You're
supposed to be you're like in a private. Yeah, so you're not supposed to be in a public place like a rave.
It's like a nightclub setting. We're smoking.
God, you guys were doing the wrong place then. Okay.
I did it at just the right, and I will tell you why I did it at the right spot, because everybody around me was comedians. Every single person I met, it was like. We'll get into the actual experience of it, and then I'll tell how I perceived it.
Okay.
What Angel did say, he's like, how much does this guy like? You asked a legitimate question. How much does he want? How much is he charging for the DMT? I'm like, dude, he's my friend. He's just like giving it to us. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it then. Yeah. Angel was a little leery. He's like, and he did tell me at one point, like he packed the bowl. He's like, this is like $10 worth of DMT, and I'm like, okay, thanks. I mean.
Thanks for the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, are you asking me for money? Like, no, he and I think it was just, how people are some weird sometimes, and they just will say something. But it was me, Angel, and like 2 other guys.
I mean, you would say here's $5, you know what I mean, for what you get.
I want to say that DMT is not like for people who still whatever. If people are listening, and because I said I smoke DMT, but it's not like a crazy.
It's not a party drug.
It's not crack. It's not heroin.
No, it's not.
It's just a psychedelic.
It is a psychedelic in the same realm of like mushrooms or acid, LSD. Or
go ahead. My bad.
No, you're
trying to clear my name for a second.
No, yeah. No, Angel. He. You only fuck with pharmaceuticals, right?
Well, right now I only.
You're not fucking with anything.
I'm not doing anything right now.
Yeah. Good for you.
But anyway, you didn't feel anything. Nothing
feel
happened
anything,
to
so
you.
I
It was
was
a waste of time for you.
Yeah.
It wasn't a waste of time because I got up and I started mingling and started hanging out.
Yeah, but it didn't give you any effect anyway. You didn't feel
I
anything.
didn't pay for nothing. So
The whole night, you never felt anything.
Uh-uh.
With a couple
Yeah,
of
but
how
I
about you?
did. I did, and I have some effects that I'm actually still feeling a little bit.
You still feel
Well,
Get the fuck out.
okay. So here's the thing. Here with that, with psychedelics, they'll kind of open up a doorway that never fully closes in your mind.
Is that a good thing?
Yes,
Okay.
it makes.
well, isn't it like it's supposed to be called like the dream chemical or the
state,
dream
I don't
chemical or
know.
something like that?
Yeah.
Because you naturally have DMT. Because when you dream, that's like a DMT state.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and
It's
they
just-
say that when babies are first born, their brain is producing DMT because you're that's the weirdest thing that could happen to a person. You're inside a womb and you get pulled out of pussy or a fucking C-section, and then there's light. It's like, how close is that to being abducted by aliens? That's got to be the closest thing to being. These people outside just abducted me, and then so babies they do tests and stuff. So your babies are tripping on DMT when they're born, but you can't really ask them what's that like. And then motherfuckers, when they're dying,
Yeah, when they're dying too,
you're
it
dying.
release
So
a lot of
like when
DMT.
you're an old man in bed, like, and you've got some, horror riding you. That's how me and Rafa both agreed. That's how we both want to die, is having sex with a woman.
I'll watch.
Not the same one.
Well, doesn't matter at this point.
Well, maybe you should get a whore, and then I'll just kill you after.
It's going in
It's like terminal cancer. Like, just kill me, bro.
It's like,
And then the whore will scream. I'm like, oh shit, I should have told her first that this was an assisted suicide.
It's going to charge you a lot more now.
Probably so. Come on, me.
so what was it like when you first started tripping? When we were at the
it was.
Creek
It's a very slow thing. Like the music was very like. It's very ravey, like electric feel. And that song was playing, and I remember, MG. It's in the video I took of me.
Okay.
So Matt tells me, he's like, dude, he's like, let me tell you before we smoke this. The first time I ever smoked DMT, I was the coolest guy on the planet for a week after.
I remember that. Yeah.
Angel will attest, I was the coolest guy on the planet for a day after I smoked DMT. Because how fucking cool was I after we got back and we went to Lantern and I was like fucking singing and I don't know, I was riding high.
Didn't we go to Adolph's?
We went to Adolph's, yeah.
Adolph's,
And I was like,
it's a bar.
I was like hitting on this girl and her boyfriend was right there, and I'm like, I don't care. She doesn't. She's 25.
Do you think our audience knows what Adolph's is?
Yeah. They know what Adolph's.
We just went to the homie. His name is.
Yeah, we went to our place, Adolf H's.
No, it's a karaoke bar, obviously.
So we end up, we leave pretty quickly after we smoked DMT, because I think I told you I was ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a panic, like I needed to get home.
He gave me his keys.
I gave him my keys. I said, you're going to drive. I think I had told him that.
And then I couldn't find my debit card, and the bar didn't have it apparently.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't find his phone. Oh, you didn't know.
I didn't know. I didn't
notice
know.
yet.
I did not know.
He lost his phone, and he didn't realize till way later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
so I don't even think I tell anybody bye. We just leave. I kind of have a little bit of a panic.
What happened outside the creek in the cave?
So as we were standing there, we see the people carrying the vagina walking by, and I'm like, we should crawl through it, but we didn't.
I don't think you said that out loud. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it. But there's just people hanging out on the street.
Because you weren't really saying anything at all.
Yeah, I had so much going on in my head, but nothing was really coming out. So there was, like, we had drank a little bit. There was an empty beer bottle, an aluminum beer bottle, not a glass one, an aluminum beer bottle sitting. So we sat in the front seat, and Angel gets in the driver's seat, and I'm holding this bottle, and I just throw it.
And it hits.
And some guy's like, dude, you just hit a girl. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't see the girl I hit. I didn't hear a girl yelling. And I'm like, he was laughing his ass off.
We were drunk.
I'm like, let's go.
Because the car was already started, and I went to go get my checks one more time to try to see if they had my debit card. So I'm walking.
I didn't know he lost his debit card.
As I'm jumping into the car, about to put in drive. I see him throw a can at a girl, and we're driving away.
A girl? Throw at a girl?
I don't know. I don't think he meant to throw it, but I think he was trying to.
Difference right there when you say at a girl.
I just threw it, and I think it hit a girl.
I had a feeling. I thought you were
But
trying
it's
to.
an empty aluminum bottle. She's fine.
Okay,
I thought he was
didn't
trying
know
to
that
throw it
part.
through the giant pussy.
Oh yeah, it's like ring toss.
And then, but I literally jumped into the car and we're driving away to some guy saying, "Hey man, you just hit her," and I was like, "What did you just do?"
Yeah,
And I just started laughing.
Nobody called the cops.
Yeah.
So that made me a little paranoid. But we just went straight back to the place. Or did we get something to eat?
No, we went straight back. And you remember you said you thought that I said that we're gonna go meet Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay. So right after
I might have said that. I don't know.
No, well, let me back up a little bit. Right after I'd smoked, I went up to Angel, and he's just like kind of, and he's got a gold lei around his neck, like a it's like
Mardi
it's a party,
Gras
it's New
type.
Year's, like
Or-
Mardi Gras, kind of like but it's gold glittery, and I was like, dude, where'd you get that? And he's like, some girl put it on me. I'm like, dude, you're an angel. It's your halo. So I
don't think you said that. I think you were just.
I said it was your halo.
You probably thought you were saying something. You weren't
'Cause you
saying
were
anything.
quiet
Was
most
just
of the
staring
time.
at
I was
you.
pretty quiet.
See, the next day you told me all this.
He told me, he's like, he does not remember this. He said it to me. He's like, dude, I met Joe Rogan. He says this to me. And we're at the Creek in the Cave. There's comics. Joe Rogan has been in that club.
I might have been drunk and messing with him. Just messing with him.
He doesn't.
Which is kind of a fucked up.
I said I said the most badass thing I could say. I was like, Joe Rogan, you met Joe Rogan? He's like, yeah, dude, I met. And he's like, I'm going to go sit down over here. Tell him I want to meet him if he comes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no, if and he's like, he wants to meet you. I'm like, tell him to come find me. I'm like, he's fucking crazy. But I'm smoking DMT too. So,
and I don't quite remember if I really said that or not.
you said it to me.
Okay.
You definitely said it to me.
That's funny though.
So then when I text Ben Bondo and I'm seeing if he's there because all these comics are there and Jake Baker's there. I go up to Jake Baker and I'm like, Jake Baker, you're an asshole, but I love you. I said this and he's like, okay, man. And I'm like, all right, cool. I love you, man. And I walked away. I told him he's an asshole, but I love him. And I mean, isn't that true? Jake Baker's an asshole.
I like him.
But you love him. He's kind of an asshole. But it was cool. We were chill. I might have given him a hug. I can't remember. But yeah, I was having a good night, threw the bottle. We ended up at the apartment. And Angel accidentally locks himself out.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember. Okay, so there was a part where I got locked out, and I knew somehow because I forgot something in the car.
This is the second
This
day.
is the last night.
The last night. It's at night. It's at what time is
It's after midnight. It's like 1 a.m.
1
about
a.m.
Yeah,
You're
after the
outside.
countdown.
So why would you come out of the house at 1
Because I
a.m.?
think I forgot something in the
Well,
car.
he was looking for he couldn't find his
debit
debit
card?
card.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
ever found it?
No, I never found it.
he lost it.
I had to cancel it and get a new one. But
Anyway, you went
Somebody was
outside.
laying
You
in
got
bed.
locked out.
yeah, and
You locked
Yeah.
yourself out, by the way.
Yes. You locked yourself out because it had a door. We didn't have
Oh,
a key.
it locks
had
automatically.
a door
code.
code.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I might have told you what it was, but every time we went, I punched it in. So I
Yeah.
don't think he knew what it was. I was laying in bed and
Naked.
Naked.
no, not well, you.
Yeah,
Not yet.
no, I wasn't naked yet. So I hear knocking, and I'm like, I'm tripping. I'm still high. I'm still drunk, and I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? But I still had this thing going on in my head that I might meet Joe Rogan because Angel, I was thinking in my head, well, maybe he's going to come back to the house or something and hang out. I don't know. I was fucking crazy. So I was afraid to open the door because I thought Angel was still inside the house. And I'm like, I don't know who's outside that door. So
I was knocking for like 5 minutes.
yeah, about 5 minutes
outside.
before I realized it's somebody here.
I was ringing, but I've been around a lot of people that have been tripping, and I already knew that was the case. Like the only reason why he's not answering the door,
He's high as well.
he's tripping
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
And so at first I was like knocking, but ringing the bell and knocking gently because I didn't want to scare him.
Impatient or whatever.
I didn't want to scare
I
him.
mean-
And then, but once I was out there for a couple minutes and it started getting really cold, I started banging on the fucking door. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if I freak
This
you
is
out.
the-
Yeah, this is your feet.
Fuck
This
you,
is
open the
this
door.
is 1 a.m. on January 1st, 2025, like a month ago. So I finally come to the door, and what do I do, Angel?
Yeah, he just opens the door. He doesn't even look me in the eye.
I
It could've been
don't
anybody
even look at
walking
him.
in.
I have my head down because I'm scared. I'm scared of who's going to be on the. I thought, dude, my mind is doing crazy things. This DMT is doing crazy things. I thought Is this going to be God on the other side of this door? Is this going to be Joe Rogan? Is this going to be my mom? Or God, Joe Rogan, and my mom all the same person? Dude, my mind was doing so many crazy fucking things. And I was convinced that he was a literal angel because his name is Angel. There was this guy named RJ who looks like Jesus. And I asked him if RJ stands for real Jesus. And he's like, no one's ever said that. And I'm like, no one's ever said that? I told this to that Audrey girl. I told this to that Audrey girl last night. I was just talking about Kill Tony and she's like, yeah, real Jesus. Why wouldn't you call him that? And I'm like, yeah, no one's ever called him that before. And I'm like, you're a stand-up and you have long hair and a long beard. No one ever called you RJ Real Jesus?
Wow.
No one's clever in that.
I don't think I would have thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that clever, honestly.
So you notice he wasn't even looking at you.
Yeah.
No, I was pissed off, honestly. I was like, fuck you.
Because he let you outside.
Yeah. He was mad. I mean,
I didn't tell him. I wasn't pissed to like.
Yeah, he didn't yell at me.
I'm not going to disturb.
No.
Mess up his trip. So I just walked in.
I'm very so me and Angel we're bros. I love this dude. We got really close on this trip, but
and then I see
close with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
But no, just like getting to know each other and hanging out and stuff, and Tim tell me about his life and shit, and vice versa. But we are very opposite. I'm like super chill. I'm like never worried about anything all the time, and you got a little like you kind of have like a little bit of an anxious personality, and it's just like what it is. Yeah.
So that second night, we're at the Airbnb. I think we're still drunk. I think we're still drinking. I started eating a bunch of shrooms, which I didn't feel.
Oh, that's right. You did do shrooms. You did shrooms. I didn't do shrooms because I brought about 10 grams. Yeah.
What about? Okay, we went to go visit 6th Street. We left this out, but as soon as we got, because it's daytime, we went to go just past.
This is earlier in the day.
As soon as we get out of the car,
before Kill Town,
there was just a big bag of like prescription pills, like a big bag, and I was like, holy shit! I thought we hit the gold mine.
Have you ever been to 6th Street in Austin, Rafa?
Yes.
So there's homeless people everywhere. We had to like step over them. So some homeless person just dropped their medicine. And it's a sealed bag from the pharmacy. Angel's like, good looking out, man. He grabbed it.
Think that it was a homeless person. Could it be just a regular person?
Because there's a lot of homeless people around there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah. I mean, no one else would drop a bag of prescription medication.
Okay.
Literally around the corner. Homeless people sleeping on the street.
Yeah.
What we said? We said feel bad. We got the guy's name and stuff. Well, I won't say it, but it was just like, well, I mean, we don't know which fucking pile of human beings this belongs to.
He's dead now.
Yeah, he's definitely dead now. We actually made a joke that like later that night
he's were they?
No,
these
we left them
it wasn't anything good.
Didn't we leave them in the Airbnb because they might have found them?
I think you threw them away. Yeah. So you kept
our peels or anything like these?
No, it wasn't anything.
It was just like
there was some very
Tylenol or whatever the fuck.
No,
it was just like
trazodone or something.
I think it was like sleeping pills or something.
Yeah, but nothing you could trip off.
I was even like, I didn't even, because
it was all like, yeah.
So he didn't need those pills to be still alive. Basically.
No, but probably to prevent him from hurting people.
Oh shit!
Hey, it's his dumbass fault for dropping his meds.
Okay.
Dumb, stupid, homeless piece of shit.
But anyways,
I love the homeless.
So I was like,
I love Chris Heist.
Yeah.
So what you guys did with the pills?
He kept some of them. I kept some of them, and then we threw the rest away.
Yeah, I still have them because it's.
So you kept the good stuff.
No,
it's not even good stuff. It's not even good stuff.
One of them is a medication I use. It's like for anxiety, but it's not like Xanax. It's like and fuck up Xanax. So whatever, it doesn't matter. I haven't taken them. Yeah. I mean, they might be fentanyl. It might be fentanyl. But yeah, that was a really weird. We had the weirdest things happening to us on this trip.
But yeah, so then.
Well, typical DMT, of course, it's going to make everything weird.
We were sober as fucking church ladies.
He's thinking nothing's happening to him. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's probably a sign from God.
Yeah, no, you're an angel, dude. He's an angel. He can't die. He's an angel.
Take care of you.
Yeah. Either y'all have time or I'm curious.
Yeah, I think we're about to wrap it up. So at one point, pretty much, like, I'm just chilling, drinking. I think I'm eating the shrooms. Yeah. And he's just in his room kind of, like, doing his own thing. At one point, I was walking down the hallway, his door was open, and I was about to start a conversation. I don't remember what I was going to say, but I was like, hey, man. And I looked in the room for a second, and he's right there, butt naked with his hand over his shit.
Yeah.
I
remember. How were you drunk, by the way?
And it seemed like he was just standing there doing that for a while.
No, so I knew.
And
I knew.
I was
Okay,
like,
so I thought so.
walked away.
This has only happened to me 2 or 3 times in my life. I've got
So this is not the first time. Okay.
so fucked up, like so crazy. I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck somebody tonight. It's gonna be a situation where I'm gonna fuck, like, and I like will text people and stuff, but but I wasn't texting anybody this night. I was just like, I think Angel's gonna like bring somebody over here, and I knew me and Angel weren't gonna fuck because it's like he's my friend. I'm not, but I was like, so I took my clothes off
But Angel didn't know that though.
in preparation to fuck somebody. Well, I mean,
I would have been offended anyways. I wouldn't.
No. But I didn't know because me and him are the only people there. Keep in mind, I'm on a lot of drugs, but now that I'm not, I know what my mind was doing. Okay. I thought I was gonna fuck. I thought I was like
You said you thought you were gonna fuck Joe Rogan.
I was gonna fuck Joe Rogan.
I wish you
were very excited about it.
No.
This is a what?
So you know how like these secret groups like the Illuminati or whatever, it's like, oh, you have to fuck your dad or whatever to get in. You know, it's like that. I thought I was gonna be in the Illuminati, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? You just do a bunch of drugs, you bang a famous celebrity.
That's how you get to be Kill Tony regular.
Yeah.
That's how you get to on JRE.
Yeah.
You have to sleep with Joe Rogan.
Yep. So that's pretty much
that's the trip, man.
And then we just came back.
The trip.
I came back without my debit card,
and I lost my cell phone.
But we made it work somehow because I couldn't spend money,
and I couldn't call people.
But I had my phone, so I Venmo'd. How did that work? Like, because I could. He was Venmoing me to like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We made it work somehow.
You guys figured out.
I got my phone back. My cousin found it and mailed it to me. It was at a bar.
But yeah.
Is that it?
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I host an open mic every Thursday night at Bar PM. Sign up at 7:30. Show starts 8:15. I'm doing shows at CBD Plus, Anchor Cannabis and Vape on the 28th. If
I'll be
this
there.
comes out before that, both of you will be on that show.
Okay.
Oh yeah, both of us are on that show.
Both of you are on that show. So yeah. It's going to be awesome. But for Morgan Hyman,
you also have Rock Paper Cheers.
Rock Paper Cheers on the 22nd.
On the 22nd.
But Morgan Hyman comedy across everything: TikTok, Instagram, Pornhub, Fansly, My Free Cam.
And also improv. Are you doing some
improv comedy? Lockjaw Comedy Improv.
That's coming up, right?
Lockjaw Comedy Improv. I got a show.
You got a show
coming up. 21st at Bar PM. March 1st at
BCBC, man. That's what I like, Morgan.
Yeah. And also,
thank you so much. This is rad. What is the podcast called?
Taco Sandwich.
Taco Sandwich.
You're the sandwich.
I am. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Taco Sandwich.